things daily. That is all what they are doing. They are not
I think
getting
we are live now. We'll start, doctor. Warm welcome from KVO Thanakwasi Jain Mahajan to all, and I welcome our trustee, Sri Rajesh Shah, and the LIHS team, Dr. Percy Barucha, Dr. Paresh Navalkar, and Dr. Ajay Desai.
Good evening.
In 2014, when Modi government came, we started, we thought that every person cannot be a first-hand professional like doctor, engineer or something. And so we started we constituted vocational course committee, and then we started to look for to train the young professional in short-term courses, and so that they can be on their own feet. And within a year, we tied up with 5 to 7 institutions and had more than 100 courses for the society, which are short-term. Out of them, one of which each LIHS, we are proud to be associated with LIHS. And every year, more than 600 students are getting benefited from these all short-term vocational courses, like computers, tally programs, or computer maintenance, or in post-production, film productions, or paramedical courses like what we are doing with LIHS. We have today our trustee, Shri Rajesh Raghavji Shah, Village Patri, with us. I'll request Rajesh Bhai to give some background of the KVO Thanakwasi Mahajan and welcome all, and also introduce our today's panel of 3 doctors, Dr. Ajay Desai, Dr. Percy Barucha, and Dr. Navalkar. Rajesh Bhai, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Rajan. શ્રી કચ્છી વિશ્વાસ સ્થાનકવાસી માજનની વોકેશનલ કોર્સ કમિટી દ્વારા યોજાયેલ આજના વેબિનાર પ્રોગ્રામમાં આપ સૌનું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત કરું છું. શ્રી કચ્છી વિશ્વાસ સ્થાનકવાસી માજન એ કેવીઓ સમાજની એક અગ્રીમ સામાજિક અને ધર્મદાયી ચેરિટેબલ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન છે. 25,000 થી વધારે સભ્યો અને શૈક્ષણિક, મેડિકલ, રિલીફ ઓફ પોવર્ટી જેવી અનેક પ્રવૃત્તિઓથી ગુંજતી સંસ્થા છે. ગયા વર્ષે આપણા મહાજનને સ્થાપનાના 150 વર્ષ પૂર્ણ થયા અને એની ઉજવણી રૂપે એક સરસ કચ્છી ડ્રામાનું આયોજન કરવામાં આવ્યું હતું. આ નાટકમાં મહાજનના સ્થાપનાથી અત્યાર સુધી થયેલ મહત્વપૂર્ણ પ્રવૃત્તિઓ જેવી કે ચીંચપોકલી મધ્યે આવેલ મહાજનવાડી, ત્યાં ચીંચપોકલી ખાતે લેટેસ્ટ એસી હોલ્સ છે, ચીંચપોકલી ખાતે ગુજરાતી અને અંગ્રેજી માધ્યમની વિવિધ સ્કૂલ્સ ઇન્ક્લુડિંગ IGCSE કોર્સની શિશુ વિહાર સ્કૂલ, દેવલાલી ખાતે સેનેટોરિયમ, લોનાવલા ખાતે સેનેટોરિયમ, તેમજ ડેરાવાસી મહાજન સાથે 85 વર્ષથી પ્રસિદ્ધ થતી કચ્છી ખબર પત્રિકા, તેમજ ખબર પત્રિકા સમિતિ દ્વારા ભેરપો, ઓલિમ્પિયા, સ્પોર્ટ્સ અભિયાન જેવા કાર્યક્રમો, તેમજ સ્થાનકવાસી મહાજનની નારી ઉત્કર્ષ સમિતિ, માઇનોરિટી કમિટી, વોકેશનલ કોર્સ કમિટી, જેમના કન્વીનર શ્રી રાજન ધરોડ છે, તેમજ કૌટુંબિક સમૃદ્ધિ સમિતિ, પર્સનાલિટી ડેવલપમેન્ટ સમિતિ, જૈનોલોજી સમિતિ, સેલ્ફ સફિશિયન્સી આત્મનિર્ભર સમિતિ, એવી વિવિધ સમિતિઓથી મહાજન ઝળહળી ઉઠ્યો છે. મિત્રો, મહાજનની જે બી સર્વ પ્રવૃત્તિઓની વાત કરીએ, આપ મહાજનની વેબસાઇટ kvosgm.org પર જઈ કરીને આપ એને જોઈ શકો છો. અમે વખતો વખત યુટ્યુબના બેસિકલી જે બી અમારા પ્રોગ્રામ્સ રેકોર્ડ થાય છે એ અમે વખતો વખત ત્યાં કરીશું. આજનું પ્રોગ્રામ બી યુટ્યુબ ચેનલ ઉપર આપણે રાખીશું, એટલે ભવિષ્યમાં બી જો તમારે જ્યારે બી જોવું હોય ત્યારે તમે આ યુટ્યુબ ચેનલ પર જોઈ શકો છો. વોકેશનલ કોર્સ કમિટી દ્વારા યોજાયેલ આ વિદ્યાર્થીઓ માટેનું વેબિનાર એન્ડ ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી ઇન એલાઇડ હેલ્થ કેર પેરામેડિક કોર્સિસ, જે LIHS લાઈફ સપોર્ટર ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યૂટ ઓફ હેલ્થ સાયન્સ દ્વારા સંચાલન કરવામાં આવશે. LIHS, the Life Supporter Institute of Health Science, is a registered not-for-profit organization that had initiated the journey towards the development of emergency healthcare in India since 2005. Initiated by a team of 3 doctors, the key intention was to propagate standardized instruction modules for pre-hospital care, emergency care, hospital disaster management, and allied healthcare. Over the years, the primary mission was to enable healthcare professionals with life support skills to tackle life-threatening emergencies. LIHS partners with National Skill Development Corporation, that is NSDC, LIHS is accredited by Healthcare Sector Skill Council, that is HSSC, and is a vertical anchor for National Institute of Social Sciences, TISS, a school of vocational education, imparting training of its various courses. LIHS also partners with PD Hinduja Hospital for training in allied healthcare courses. LIHS is recognized by American Heart Association, International Training Center, American College of Surgeons, Advanced Trauma Life Support India, American College of Emergency Physicians, International Trauma Life Support, Alabama chapter. The faculty of LIHS is drawn by highly experienced medical and healthcare professionals who are certified trainers of American Heart Association, International Trauma Life Support, and Advanced Trauma Life Support courses. Many of them have also undergone advanced training from London Ambulance Services, one of the world's best advanced life support ambulance services, New York Presbyterian Hospital Master Trainer certification from NSDC, HSSC, and TISS Wadhwani Foundation. LIHS founder trustees, as said by Rajan Darod, Dr. Ajay Desai, Dr. Paresh Navalkar, and Dr. Percy Barucha, have more than 30 years of clinical and more than 15 years of technical teaching experience. They are certified as trainers by NSDC, HSSC, TISS with Wadhwani Foundation, American Heart Association, and International Trauma Life Support Alabama. Friends, I would like to say all these three doctors are like backbone of each other. They are loyal to each other and honest to the medical profession. I would say they are professional par excellence. With these words, I would now invite Dr. Ajay Desai to carry on the further proceedings. Dr. Ajay Desai, thank you. Dr. Ajay Desai. Rajan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I think some problem with Ajay Bhai's screen, I think. Net connection. Any other?
Dr. Paresh? Dr. Paresh? I think so. All the three doctors. Dr. Percy?
No. Hello. I think Ajay has to be unmuted.
I'm back. I was offline. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Ajay, the floor is yours, Ajay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank Sri Kachi Visa Oswar Sthanak Vasi Jain Majan, its trustees, the managing committee. Mr. Rajesh Shah is here representing the trustees. We thank you. We also thank the vocational course committee convener and the committee as well as the convener who is present here, Mr. Rajan Darod, for providing us a platform to go across the people of the community about the various allied healthcare courses. So a big thank from all three of us. With this, I would like to go on to my presentation. I will share the screen with you.
Yeah, please, doctor.
So before I start, I have my two colleagues, Dr. Percy Barucha and Dr. Paresh Navalkar. So even they would give the inputs in between if I miss something important. So let us begin with today's session about the allied healthcare courses or the paramedic courses. Basically in India, we have a misnomer about paramedic. Paramedic, if you go into the developed world or the Western world, the paramedic means the people or the healthcare professional who work on ambulance and who goes to the field and then treat or stabilize the patient and transport the patient. They are known as paramedic. But here in our country, all allied health care system professionals we call them paramedic. So a little bit of confusion. So for us, it is allied healthcare courses, or you can also call that as paramedic courses. So first about life supporters, as Rajesh Shah has mentioned, that we three doctors, we started this institute in the year 2003 informally, but then finally we registered as not-for-profit in 2005, and we are based at Bandra. Our mission is to empower all the healthcare providers to help the community in saving lives, and thereby we intend to expand the LIHS family with all the healthcare professionals, whether it may be a paramedic or allied healthcare professionals, to impart them proper skill training and then send them to the society to save lives. So that is our aim, that is our mission about LIHS. So let us talk about first something on healthcare industry. So healthcare industry is the fourth largest employer in our country. So after say agriculture and housing or infrastructure, the health sector is the fourth largest employer. It is expected that this sector is going to generate about 4 million jobs. That is 4 crore jobs are to be generated this year. That is by the end of 2020. And it is one of the fastest growing industry with a cumulative aggregate growth rate of about 22%. And this is one of the largest sector in terms of both, in terms of employment as well as in terms of revenue. So if you see health sector is never under a recession. So it is a recession-free sectors. And as you know, most of the Kutchi community are into business. So if you see this sector, health sector is never under recession. And now with currently COVID, it is going to boom, and it is going to have a lot of jobs which are coming in. So how does healthcare sector functions? Okay, it functions through 5 segments. So the 5 segments are, one is the hospital, one is the pharmaceutical industry, then you have diagnostic, then you have ambulances or the equipments and supplies, medical insurance, and telemedicine. So LIHS is somehow, we cater to most of these segments. Like in hospitals, we create cadre of allied healthcare professional. We train the doctors in further certification after their graduation. Pharmaceutical industry, we are not very much involved with, but then again diagnostics. So we have the various courses in lab technology and radiology. So that is where we are involved. Then we have medical equipment, supplies, and ambulances. So we are one of the leader in training paramedics, that is people working on ambulances. So we are a leader in this training. And medical insurance, yes, we do a course which is called as Medical Record Department Technicians. You will see this as we move further. And telemedicine, we are shortly to come into it, because now that is going to be the in thing in the future. So all the 5 segments, we are very much involved, and we have various courses. Then what are the trends currently? So the trends, if you see, the first one is communicable to non-communicable disease. That was the trend till January. Trend. So it is, we are currently facing a big communicable disease problem in the country, and not in the country, this pandemic. So one is trend of communicable. Then if you see the tier 2, tier 3 cities, this is where the healthcare sector is going to boom, because as the migrants who are here, you will see that most of the migrants might not come back to cities again. So now there will be a huge demand of healthcare professional tier 2, tier 3 cities, and which had already started some years back. If you go back to say 5 years back or say 10 years back, like if you see in Kutch, someone who gets a heart attack or needs a angioplasty or angiography, they used to travel all the way to Rajkot or Ahmedabad. But now Bhuj or Gandhidham, they have all these facilities. So tier 2, tier 3 cities are now going to be the next trend in healthcare. Emergence of telemedicine, yes, that is the coming, say after 5-10 years, everything, I think 70-80% of the things will be telemedicine. Home healthcare, that is another big boom or big in thing. It has already started 10-15 years back. India now being a nuclear, most of the nuclear families, the children abroad, parents staying here alone, and they need a lot of home health care. We have testing at home. We have a video consultation currently at home. So again, home health care is another in thing. Then the penetration of health insurance. We have Prime Minister Modi ji has launched the Ayushman Bharat. So again, you have health insurance, which is going to be a big thing. Mobile-based delivery, yes, that is, as I said, maybe after say 4 or 5 years, you will have everything on your mobiles. So you are going to have your tests through mobiles. Currently, even if you see certain mobiles, you can see your saturation, which is very important in current COVID scenario. So you can measure your saturation, you can measure your blood pressure, you can measure your heart rate, everything you can do all these things through your mobile smartphone. So all these technologies are going to come in. So these are all trends in healthcare. So with this background, I'm going to take you through various courses that LIHS conducts. So what are these paramedic courses? So I'm going to take you to 3 different certifying bodies. So first we'll start with the national body, that is the national, NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation, followed by a university, that is Tata Institute of Social Science University, and then our partner, PD Hinduja Hospital, with whom we are associated since more than 15 years in education. So the first course which I'm going to say is about general duty assistant. You can also call this as a home health aide, or you can also call this as a not officially, but it is also a type of a nursing assistant program. So what does this program, it teaches you? So this home health aide or the general duty assistant, they are the people who have left their studies, who are just 10th pass, who has no avenue to have some financial backing, but they want to do something in healthcare. So this is a course which provides you good jobs and always in demand. This is a job, I say for example, X person does this nursing assistant course or the GDA course. There will be not even 1 week that he'll remain free. He will be getting his or her job in less than a week. There is a huge demand for this course. So what they do is they assist the nurses in the hospital, they the patients at their home, and they support the system. Currently, what is happening is that most of the nurses we are underutilizing them. Oh, sorry, we are overutilizing them for the things which are not so important for their caliber, like sponging. Okay, in the olden days, there were nurses used to do sponging, which still continues, but now it is this general duty assistant who can do sponging, so that the nurse can do something which is more important to the patient. Like preparing a trolley. Suppose a patient needs to be put a Foley's catheter or a Rice tube. So she can prepare the trolley for this, where a qualified trained nurse can be utilized for something more better. So this is what has, this course has been brought in by healthcare sector skill council, and this is a in-course, boom course, and lot of job opportunities. And again, it is very short. It is almost 3 months, including on-job training, and they have been certified by NSDC, National Skill Development Corporation. Then we have 4 courses that which we do. There are many more. There are more than 20 courses by the Healthcare Sector Skill Council and NSDC. But at LIHS, we do this 4 programs. So one is the medical lab assistant, medical lab technician. Then we have radiology technician, we have dialysis technician, and then we have a phlebotomy technician. So the first 3, most of you must be aware of, the lab technician, the radio technician, and the dialysis technician. So these are the people we all are aware of. But the phlebotomy technician, these are the people, so when we go to a laboratory and we give our blood samples, so these are the people who collect blood through our blood vessels. So that is what they are known as the phlebotomist. So this is a phlebotomy technician program also that we conduct. And again, it is in thing, there is always demand for phlebotomists because there is great shortage of them. And again, here, there is a lot of home collections nowadays. So it is in lot of demand. The only thing is the first 3 course is a 1-year program, whereas the phlebotomy technician is 360 hours program. So it is not extending up to full 1 year. So again, 12th Science is the eligibility 1-year program and certified by NSDC. Then we have the TISS certified programs, that is the Bachelor in Vocational Education. Now this is something very unique about Bachelor in Vocational Education. We do 3 programs for the TISS. One is the medical lab technology, one is the radiology technician, dialysis technician. So these are the 3 courses. What is unique about this course is that it is a 3 years program after 12th Science. But the advantage is, okay, suppose I do my first year and I complete my first year, I graduate my first year. But now due to some circumstances, I discontinue the course. I leave this program. But yet, after completing my first year, I get a diploma in, say, radiology technician or the lab technician or the dialysis technician. I continue in the system. I may work, I may not work. But say after 3-4 years, I come back. And then I do another 1 year. Then I get an advanced diploma after completion of my 2nd year. Again, if I leave and if I come back, or if I complete 2 years, I get advanced diploma, then I leave, I come back again, I join in third year, and I complete my 3rd year of my education. Then I get a degree program, that is the Bachelor in Vocational Education. So this is one great advantage. Like if a student joins a BCom or say joins B.Sc, if he leaves after 2nd year, if he leaves after 1st year, then he is out of the system forever. But here, another advantage is that the course is 70% is all about on-job training. The 70% is you are working in your respective department, so it is more of skilling and it is more of on-job training. And 30% is about your theoretical lectures and everything. Another third advantage of this course is that if you complete your first year, and that is you complete your 2 semesters, and when you go into your 2nd year, you get a stipend. You are paid a stipend by wherever you are working. So that is the advantage of this BVOC program. And this BVOC is equivalent to any graduate course. That means, suppose I do BCom and then I want to join a MBA. Okay, so so I can do an MBA, but people used to think that if you do BVOC and now I want to do an MBA, or I want to do a IPSC, or I want to do some MPSC or anything. So again, the eligibility for MPSC or your postgraduate programs is valid for this program. Again, these courses, they are UGC, that is University Grant Commission approved programs. So a big advantage of this program. So we conduct this medical lab technology, radiology technology, dialysis technology. Intake is after 12th science, and it is 3 years, again certified by Tata Institute of Social Science, School of Vocational Education, a UGC approved program. Then another TISS program, that is Tata Institute of Social Science program, and this is a postgraduate program for those who have completed their B.Sc or B.Sc Life Sciences, or those who have done their medical lab technology. This is a program of 1 year, and it is known as the postgraduate diploma in histo and cytotechnology. So what is this histo and cytotechnology? Most of us, we are aware that if any of our relatives, they fall sick, they get operated, and some tissues are being taken out during the surgery and they need to be tested. And it has been sent, normally we, in our language, we say ke pathologist પાસે મોકલ્યું છે test કરવા માટે. So we have sent to a pathologist to get this tested. So when this tissue goes, it is quite a big tissue. So that doesn't go under the microscope. So it is, the tissues are being prepared, they are being cut. There is a technology behind that is being used to put it under a microscope on a slide. So there is a technique to do all this thing, and we have a leader in this technology, a well-known personality in the country, Dr. Anita Borges. She heads this program. So most of you know Dr. Anita Borges. So the program has been prepared by her, and she is leading this program. So again, this is a 1 year program, postgraduate, and again, lot of demand for this program. Then we have the PD Hinduja Hospital and Life Supporters jointly certified training programs. So the first two are the certificate courses. So what are the certificate courses? They are the radiology technician and a neurology technician. So the intake is any 12th, that may be art, science or commerce. Normally a science graduate would like to do something more. So we have not put science here, but any 12th graduate can join this program as a radiology technician or a neurology technician. So again, it is a 1 year program and jointly certified by PD Hinduja Hospital and LIHS. Then we have PG program with PD Hinduja Hospital. So what are these different PG programs? So the PG programs are the Advanced Medical Lab Technology. Sorry, I would like to go back to my other slide. Here, if someone who is 12th science, okay, and he wants to do a certificate course in lab technology. So PD Hinduja and LIHS, we offer one program that is Basic Medical Lab Technology course for 12th science student. Basic medical after 12th. But here, this is for any B.Sc graduate or B.Sc Life Science graduate. For them, these are the 4 courses. I'm going to tell you 2 more which are not been displayed here. So the first one is Advanced Medical Lab Technology. So all the laboratories, whatever we have seen when we go to the labs, so it has all been taught in this program. Radiology, we all know. Then the dialysis technician, and then the critical care technician. Now, critical care technician, most of you must not be aware of it. So these are the people who are going to work in ICUs, the critical care of all the hospitals. And they are going to support the nurses and doctors in the ICU. So there are a lot many procedures which are done in ICU. There are a lot many things which happens in ICU, like putting a ventilator, putting a endotracheal tube, or setting up a non-invasive ventilation, or putting a central line, or doing a dialysis at the bedside. So there are a lot many procedures which goes on in the ICU. So these are the technicians who are being trained to help and support the consultant, the respective technicians, nurses, and the resident doctors. So they are a big help to them whenever these procedures are done in the ICU. So this is what is about the critical care technician. So these are the 4 programs. Besides that, there are 2 more programs. So one program is CSSD technician, CSSD, that is Central Sterile Supply Department. CSSD technician, Central Sterile Supply Department. This is the department which supplies all the sterilized material to different departments. Like, as I said, that I want to put a central line, so I have to have my tray ready with it. Okay, everything has to be sterilized, and then it is sent to the ward or to the ICU. Or there are medical instruments. A doctor needs instrument when he operates. So all the instruments, they are sterilized. Okay. So all this sterilization is been taught into this program, and these are the people who are going to take care of all the equipments for the sterilization part. So that is the 5th program that we conduct. And the 6th one is the OT technician and the anesthesia technician. So what is the role of OT technician? OT technician is a person who is going to keep his OT ready when the surgeons and the anesthetists come in. So say, for example, you have a surgery, say for a cataract surgery, or for say an appendicectomy or appendix surgery, if you apna normal language mein. So what equipments the surgeon would require, how would be the table placed, where will be the equipment kept, how to prepare the trolley and kept ready for the surgeons, how should be the light should be focused. So all this thing is being taken care by this OT technician, and we jointly do this also as an anesthesia technician. So whenever any anesthetist who is giving anesthesia and maintaining the patient during the surgery, so he is the person who is going to help the anesthetist in all the procedure that he or she conducts in the OT. So these are the 6 programs that we jointly do with Hinduja, and it is jointly certified by us. So the eligibility, the intake is B.Sc or B.Sc Life Science, 1-year program. And then we have another 2 programs with Hinduja Hospital, and that is the postgraduate certificate in medical record department. As I told you, that nowadays there is a lot of insurance and all this which is going on in the country. Now people have started buying insurance, and now we have the government scheme of Ayushman Bharat. So you have to keep all your records with the hospital. So till now, people, those who are of our age, we have seen hospital keeping records and files in all hard copies and papers, but now everything goes digital, and that is what is been taught, that how to do all this thing, and how to maintain the records, how to keep the records, how to preserve what is to be sent, what is not to be sent. So all this has been taught in this program, that is medical record department. Huge demand of this course. Most of the tier 2, tier 3 cities, they don't have this medical record department, and that is why they are still continuing with the hard copy thing. But moment they get manpower, they would switch over to the digital part. So again, a huge demand. So the eligibility is any graduate, maybe BCom, BA, a BBA also. So any graduate who has a knowledge of computers is most welcome in this program. Then we have a PG certificate in patient relation associate. So this is a person who is going to act like a public relation officer between the management, between the doctors, between the nurses and the patient. And he's going to help around the patient in the hospital for whatever needs are. So this is again a 1-year program, again any graduate with knowledge of computers, jointly certified by PD Hinduja Hospital and LIHS. So these are the different programs that we have. Now I'll go to our associates, just 2-3 slides, and then we'll open the floor for questions. About this course, Dr. Paresh or Percy, if you want to add on anything if I have missed.
No, you're doing good. Continue.
Percy? Dr. Percy?
Members, hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So my appeal would be to the community members, as you all belong to business class communities. These courses may or may not be relevant to you or your children, but to your subordinates, people whom you employ, and as even a maid who comes to your house, their children, you could please refer these courses, and one of our counselor will be happy to talk to them if they could fit into any of this course. Thank you.
Okay.
See,
Paresh,
yeah. Basically, all these allied healthcare courses, they basically give a phenomenal satisfaction of serving humanity. So those who have a passion to serve humanity, this is like a seva to the mankind. So if any student who has a passion is actually most welcome, because unless you have that passion to serve humanity, doing these courses are otherwise you should never feel that you are coming to a wrong line, because this gives immense satisfaction. Even today in time of crisis, the medical profession and allied healthcare are doing a human job. So what the amount of satisfaction they are getting, I think no other professions will give you that satisfaction of serving the mankind. And talking about this current slide, these two courses, any student who has a fear of blood or fear of hospital, these two courses don't deal with any blood or human body at all. So you are with papers and computers. The patient as a relation association, yes, it is a human approach. So you will be right from the front is welcoming the patient, making his admission process, looking at his need, what he wants, what he doesn't want from the hospital. So you are a listening between the patient and the back end hospital. And so it's a very these two are basically white collared jobs in the hospitals. So this is a different background altogether. Thank you, Ajay.
okay. So I'll go to our associates. And in 5 minutes, we'll finish that and then we'll go for the question answers. So NSDC National Skill Development Corporation, it was launched in October 2009. And this NSDC, it was launched, and the aim behind it was to skill the people of India. That was the aim behind this. And in this sector, there were different sectors were to be included. So currently there are more than 30 sectors which are included into NSDC. So one example is the health sector skill council. So similarly, we have diamond sector skill council, we have banking sector skill council, we have agricultural sector, we have goldsmith sector. So different sectors are under the NSDC. So launched in 2009, it is a public-private partnership under the aegis of Ministry of Finance. And the mandate is to train around 150 million people, that is 15 crore people to be trained by 2020. So that is the aim of NSDC. And I think Mr. Anil Nayak, currently he is the chairman of NSDC, the chairman of L&T. Then we have Healthcare Sector Skill Council, HSSC, which is one sector under the NSDC. So again, it is a not-for-profit and it is a public-private partnership where the CII, that is Confederation of the Indian Industry, and the government, they are together. So it is a public-private partnership, and the leading member of the healthcare industry and the other industries, they are into the committee. It is supported by the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Dr. Trehan is the chairman of Medanta Hospital, Delhi. He is heading this Healthcare Sector Skill Council. Then we have the Tata Institute of Social Science, the School of Vocational Education. So this was the wing of SVE, that is School of Vocational Education, was established to develop the student, or train the student into vocational education, skilling the student into various sectors. And this SVE School of TISS, the aim of that is, or the approach of them is to train the student into work integrated training program. That is, 70% of the training will be done on job training. So during the classroom, you will be working in your respective sectors. Say I am into automobile courses. So 70% of the time I'm in the automobile industry at the factory site, and around 30% I do my theory part. So similarly in healthcare, the 70% of the training is in the hospitals or in the respective departments that they are going to skill in, and 30% is about the theory part of it. And so their aim is to provide the industry with a properly trained, skilled people to the industry, and not just theoretical knowledge and then lands up into trouble when given a job. So they are fully trained when they take up a job. Last is about PB Hinduja Hospital. So all those from Mumbai, we all are aware of it, one of the leading hospital, multi-specialty tertiary care hospital in city of Mumbai. We partner them since last 15 years into education, and we jointly conduct more than 11 training programs in healthcare sector. So that's about the various courses and our associates. And this is about life supporters. If you want to contact us, you can contact us in any of this, but I have highlighted in red because currently we are not into office. So our landline phones are not there. So whatever is in red, they are all on. So either you can connect us with on email, or there are 3 numbers of Mr. Shiv Pujan Yadav, Bharti Chandran, and Dr. Disha Agashiwala. You can call any of them if you have any queries, and we'll be glad to answer your queries. So with this, I end my session and keep the floor open for any questions. So Rajan Bhai or Rajesh Bhai, you can. So now Dr. Paresh and Dr. Percy will join in also and will answer the questions. Thank you.
Dr.
Rajesh,
Desai,
one mention.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. See, basically yesterday only government of Maharashtra has notified that our dialysis technician course is going on, and students have completed nearly 80% of their course, and their exam is could not be held in March. Today the order is that even if those students who have not appeared for exam and their training is complete can join any of the dialysis center. And today there is a huge shortage, and in fact many of the dialysis centers are willing to pay more just to get a staff to do the dialysis. And in fact, another trust is running 2 centers. We have been forced now to add a 3rd center by NCGM. So that is the huge demand. And see, the job opportunity comes even before you have passed the exam. You are already on job, and wherever they were doing on-job training, their own the place where they are getting trained are absorbing them at less salaries. So that is the demand which is created.
Just to add, Dr. Navalkar, one of our students we had sent for a dialysis technician, Kavita Kenya.
Yes.
Yeah. She's from Malad, and she is working at Suchak Hospital.
Yeah, and she means her article success story came into Times of India itself.
Yes.
means
Yes.
and we provided the loan for the course, and so I know. But one question, Dr. Desai, all these courses in this COVID period, what is the academic timeline now will be there? Means just I'm asking, what will be the
So
academic timeline for the courses? Just
So, so now what has happened is most of the course have gone online. I will go with respective certifying bodies like the TISS, uh, uh, with the what you say, with the guidelines of UGC. All this TISS program they are going online. So 70%. So whatever theories will be held will be online, and probably they are planning for, that is for the graduate course, that is BWOC program, they are planning to give the iPad to the students, and it will be log in, log out, there will be an IDs created, and there will be ready-made videos and lectures and everything which will be online. So the UGC has given a mandate that all the current students, that is those who are in first year or in second year, their classes would start in month of August, because it is, most of them is online, and the new entrance will be from September.
and
And
so this year will be
yeah,
70% digital. What I understand.
yes, not 70%. Majority will be digital, except on-job training and skill labs. Only these two things will be at the site. Rest everything will be online.
And second
Percy,
thing,
Paresh, you can add if I have
Yeah,
missed
yeah.
out.
okay. Second thing, doctor, all these certificates are valid for the overseas jobs. Just I wanted to.
Paresh.
Yes. See, with Government of India, NSDC has actually partnered with a lot of other countries also, and there is actually parity of credits also. But it could be very country specific. If there is some shortage of skill which that country wants, there could be an additional bridge course which they need to do. I'll give you an example. In fact, today only I got a message from one of the agencies that is hiring for paramedics, that is to people work in ambulances for UK. Their first batch students, 10 students have got selected directly for NHS UK, so they'll be working on ambulances. And I'm proud to tell you, LIHS also, our students are actually enrolled for the batch 2. So now the first batch has been absorbed by UK government, so second batch also, few of our students are also going to get selected. Similarly, see, if you want to go abroad, then you need to have at least 2 years of working experience in a very good setup. So that is a very important thing to, if you're looking to move out. And I'm telling you, worldwide the healthcare shortage is going to remain, and they are going to look for good quality people. All my dialysis technicians and OT technicians with 2 or 3 years of experience definitely tend to look outward and get good jobs out.
Those who aspire to go abroad, my recommendation for them would be to do a 3 months, 3 years university program, so that the university program is recognized all across, and especially our students in the dialysis, medical lab tax, these are some generic courses which no hospital can do without it. So all the major hospitals have this kind of departments. So our students with 3 years of degree under their belt in that specific branch of dialysis or lab technician, and a little working experience of those 3 years on job training plus 2 years after qualification, I think they will be picked up very fast, and the first destination can be the Gulf.
And I would like to add that currently even the university and the NSDC, they are doing some work on parity of the courses with other countries. So NSQF level. Paresh, can you elaborate on that?
There is worldwide schooling which we had 12th, then we had our own first year, second year. So now there is a national skill vocational framework. So in that they are trying to bring it to one particular level, so that across universities there is the same training. And so this is matched to the international levels, so that there is less of bridging required later on. But as rightly Dr. Percy has mentioned, always graduate programs and graduates are always more preferred. So anybody who is entering into the field with the 12th science or non-science backgrounds as respective courses, if they take a degree, then it takes them ahead. Secondly, even in healthcare, there are a lot of other MBAs that are there, so that those students also can do some management programs, and which will help them to boost their careers in that sector. And now, not only now after a graduate, I am sure in next 1 year we are going to look at masters programs coming into these sectors.
Oh,
So
great.
UGC it's high on anvil that there will be a master's program. So once you are into the masters, then you become trainer, you will become a department in charge. All those things will academically also you will progress phenomenally, and that is how the world abroad looks for higher qualifications and experience. Thank you.
COVID is going to change everything.
Yeah. Sir, all of three, your view on the career opportunities post-COVID for the KBO community or those youngsters, all three. You all three can give your view.
I go first. My take is that COVID is a huge boon for anybody who intends to work in the healthcare infrastructure. So maybe third-party insurance, hospitals, diagnostics, across everywhere. And if the business community also wants to invest into it, invest into healthcare systems of anything, and that I tell you will not stop. It will be phenomenal growth, and COVID, non-COVID, notwithstanding, even in say of cancer therapies and things like that, there is an
Can you be a bit louder, sir? Can you be a bit louder, sir? Please.
unending wants are there in the healthcare sector, and this paramedical branch, no doctor can live without this. So I think if they are going to invest in your children education in this system, this will have never recession, or they will not have retrenchment. They will be picked up in one hospital or the other, and they would have a continuous flow of employment.
Yeah.
And there is no retirement in this field, so as long as you are fit, you can keep on working. So we jovially called, when we address doctors, that doctors don't retire, they only expire. So that is how in the allied healthcare profession also, the senior you become, you are more wanted by the institution. So your experience really matters here. And there is a phenomenal growth in this sector, and it is a growing sector. And in India, we have huge infrastructure demand in healthcare. So many new hospitals are going to come up, diagnostic centers are going to come up. So job opportunity, you will never be without a job. Only thing, it's a hard work. Yes, sometimes you may have to be extended. Instead of 8-hour shift, you will be doing 12-hour shift. But of course, you will get compensated by it. And one rider here, this is the healthcare. Again, I'm telling you, still in India, we look it as from Seva point of view. And abroad, maybe in developed world, it is a Meva kind of view. So here, everybody expects you to work, and probably you may then say that, okay, your counterparts or in the other industry, you get better paid. But here, that satisfaction which you will get, no other industry will give you that satisfaction. So whenever students want to come here, and if they have real intention of helping mankind, yes, unless you have passion, you don't join this. But if you have a passion, this is like the great in thing for you.
So I would add that what Paresh said, that first is passion. You should have passion that I want to do something in healthcare. If you don't have passion, please don't join this, because this is not where you are going to fly a helicopter with some industrialist. Okay, so it is, first is passion, then you join in. But if you join in, there is a huge scope. As I mentioned in one of my slides, that current year, I'm talking of only current year, it is almost 5 months over, but yet 4 crore jobs are available currently. Before the end of 4 crore jobs are there. And the best part is, every day we are reading either in newspaper or TV, we are seeing that Ola has retrenched, Swiggy has retrenched, Zomato has retrenched, IT industry has retrenched. Have you ever heard in your career, I think Rajesh bhai is 60 plus, you also must be 50, 55 plus. Have you ever heard that healthcare someone is retrenched? Never. So that is what is the industry.
So today you walk in with your degree certificate or your technician certificate. Even MCGM is offering you job on the platter today. It's an absolutely walk-in. There is no interview. You walk into the office, with your degree certificate and your biodata and Aadhaar card. These are the only three things required. And they tell you not tomorrow, right now, this is the PPE. They give you PPE in hand and join. They sign a contract there and there today. So this is today's challenge.
One more thing, Doctor, as I think Dr. Percy said, KVO community means maybe the business community, but we are looking for our youngsters who are not able to means do professional courses or high-end courses, or rather we can say maybe the high-end courses may not give them a commercial return as much, and this courses can give. What is your comment on that? Maybe the MBA guy today may be getting hardly from a mediocre institute, maybe getting 15,000-20,000 job hard. It is very difficult now in post-COVID period. Whereas here we can means guide them to do these courses and get them into at least a good, highly paid job plus self satisfaction. What will you say on that? Means just Dr. Desai or Dr. Percy?
Percy, Percy, yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Percy, go on.
So, see, we have given you courses which are spread out over whatever the pre-qualification the student comes with.
Sir,
So
put your microphone in just, you're not...
Is it audible now? Is it fine?
Yeah, it's now.
Yeah.
So there are courses which stretch across from a 10th standard eligibility, 12th standard eligibility, and graduate or the postgraduate courses that we have shown you across. Now, definitely a person who is doing a postgraduate course will of course have a better salary attraction, because the corporate hospitals or the hospitals which are called tertiary centers would always love to lap them up. So of course the starting salary there would be, a little much more. Same branch, if somebody is from the 12th standard background and done this as a diploma or a certificate, would always attract a little lesser perks and salary. But the idea is that he will be always employed. So the first take is that if the person has done 12th and he would like to go in for a graduation program, that is what we should always try to counsel the students. Secondly, if there are fallouts, there are people who are not much academically inclined, then for them 12, 10. But always the minimum payment for the GDA kind will start for 12,000 plus. If they are from 12th standard onwards and all, it will be 15, 17 at track. And those who are doing the post B.Sc courses, they at least start with 18, 20 in a hospital. Once they get their experience and once they can show to their bosses what they are capable of, then of course there will be always appraisals and better pay package.
I would like to add that, say I am 10th pass, I have stopped my studying and now I go for a job. I do some odd job, and how much I get? 4,000, 6,000, maximum 8,000. If I'm 12th, again it is same. If I'm a graduate, we had a recent experience. I will not try to reveal the names and everything, but one of a BCom, he went, completed BCom fresher, went to a job as a clerk, was asked that he or she would get 11,000 rupees, okay, which is not even as per the government regulation. So, whereas here, you do a BWalk, you get more than what a BCom or a BA would get. Yeah. So that is what about the financial. Definitely you are not going to get 1 lakh rupee for these programs, but definitely better than rest of the on par of at that degree level.
And secondly, if post-COVID, no job loss is there, I think in this sector, always a demand. That is also a plus point here.
Today we are actually in demand, and you will be surprised that the demand is so high that my GDAs, if they used to get employed in hospital, they used to get around 10, 11,000. But today government also is offering them nearly 16,500 plus all the perks. So it is like 50% increase in salary. My dialysis technicians, I am so short. Whom I was unexperienced, like freshers used to get 18,000. Today we are giving them 22 to 24,000. So it is like 30-40% already. The demand has created a wage hike in this sector. So definitely this is not going to go rolled back. So there is no rollback mechanism here now.
Called COVID premium.
Yeah. So healthcare is always going to be demanding, and if you develop skills, you are in demand. No hospital or no dialysis center or a lab will leave a good technician. They will definitely pay them more to retain them. And secondly, I'll tell you, this GDA course looks very small, but if you are working in home care sector, it's a freelance job. You don't even have to work completely. If you work and take a patient's care at home, you draw much than what a graduate can draw, because average daily wage for a GDA is anywhere from 400 to 600 rupees in city of Mumbai, plus your food and shelter is taken care of. So you earn end up getting more than 18,000. And again, Rajesh bhai will agree with me, it is all tax free, because nobody files a return for that. So even if it looks a very small job at a 10 standard pass level, but these are the take homes. I have people who work in the hospital for 8 hours and then do, licensing of just patient care in the morning. They will go and, give them bath and other. So that gives them another 5,000 per month. So this is how, they get more this. My dialysis technicians, many a times they go home to do a peritoneal dialysis. So if that person is going at home and doing, in a month he's getting additional 10,000 rupees. So it is like that skill is getting paid. The phlebotomy course, now it is not only drawing blood, it is even sample labeling and all. Many of the nurses, because they know to draw blood, they work for 2 hours in the morning as a phlebotomist, do collection at home for insurance companies and other things, and they get handsomely paid for it, which is, even their main job is not paying that much they get when they do this ancillary care. So there are a lot of innovations here which definitely are going to give more revenue to the student, the person who is qualified and skilled.
Doctor.
Yeah, Paresh, thanks.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Yeah. Doctor, basically, I've heard about it, all the courses and all. Is LIHS maintaining some, or are they having any negotiation or discussion with the various health sector supporting in centers or whosoever are in need of all this, basically? And can you guide the students who are doing these courses basically for their career orientation?
Rajesh bhai, all our Hinduja students, before even they get a certificate, convocation, they are all employed. So many of the students come to us running, sir, I have got a job, just give me a letter that I have already passed. And they go and join, and then they come for convocation later on. And this is the state. And so we have, and see, from Hinduja also we have a placement cell. So we not only employ in Hinduja, because Hinduja alone cannot absorb all the, so it's a tie-up with Association of Hospitals and another groups which are there in Mumbai, and they send their requests and we normally see through their placements. And all throughout the year, we keep on getting mails. If you have trained personnel, please give us a link, because we'll like their database. So, and our history, if you see in allied healthcare, our placements are, record is nearly 100%. I will not call it always as 100%, but it is 99%. So that is what we are already, we have a track record of that.
Okay, right. Excellent.
For a person who really is intending to work, we do not struggle to find a placement for them. Usually they get good placements moment they are out with a certification within a month's time. So if the person is really intending to work, it's really not a struggle to place them, at least in the city of Mumbai. If they go to the lesser towns or the interiors, yes, they will be much more sought after, because this kind of education is still not prevalent there.
Doctor, one question.
Huge demand in tier 2 and tier 2.
Tier 2 and tier
towns
3.
and cities. Yeah.
Right.
Doctor, one question is there. I have just appeared for the standard 10. Can I do a nursing GAD course? Just appeared for the 10th. Result is awaited. Can he start with the course?
He can join. Let the result come in. He can join.
Originally, we can do the talk and all with him, and we could put him in a course, provided he gets us a pass certificate. Suppose by chance, if he is not successful, then he can still continue the training. We will award him the certificate once he procures the 10th standard pass certificate in the supplementary exam also.
And one question, I don't know, but is this course means all these courses are applied for girl child? I think all for girls are. There will not be any restrictions. Means for
no. Boys and girls all are. On the contrary, boys, there are more demand for boys now.
Achha.
One more thing which we forgot to mention you, that in Maharashtra now there is a paramedical council. Okay, this allied healthcare is a registered council. So all the BVOC courses which are run by TISS now, which we have mentioned, are on the schedule of the Paramedic Council of Maharashtra. So as nurses get registered, all these allied healthcare professionals will get registered in future. And in fact, Government of India is also now coming out with the Paramedic Act, and when the next Parliament sits in, I think that bill also will go through. So all will have be a regular registered people. So you understand, because the one of the credentials that you will require for going abroad, that you have to be registered in council here. So that also government is seized with the matter, and government is solving that matter. Maharashtra has already done it, and now New Delhi will also do it, and there will be a national council. In fact, nationally also, for the time being, before the council gets formed, this responsibility has been taken by Healthcare Sector Council, and they have actually tried to basically they have put a registration in place so that they can award some certificate to them so that it can be taken care of. Thank you.
Rajesh bhai, do you have any questions?
No, fine. That's all.
Just to all the viewers, KVO Stanakwasi Majan provides interest-free loan to all of these courses. So if you have any financial hurdle and if you want to join these courses, you can always approach our office. You can see on our website our numbers are there, and then you can approach the office and can avail the interest-free loan for all these courses. With this, I will request Rajesh bhai to give a thanks note. Rajesh bhai, please.
Yeah. All of us basically have heard, all the three doctors basically, and Dr. Ajay Desai, in his very lucid manner and a very down to earth language, basically he has explained all the 7 to 8 various types of courses, basically right from 10th standard, 12th standard to graduates and all, basically. And he has also explained all the associates, that is NSDC, HSSC, TISS and PD Hinduja, and how basically they are important. Doctor, I would like to say basically even our community, though it is a business community, but of lately we have been seeing it, basically people are not going into, there's a less of entrepreneurship now coming and more of job orientation is there. Basically, when I passed out chartered accountancy course in 1980, about 15 of us basically passed out chartered accountant in that course, and all 15 went into practice. But today, about 200 chartered accountants of our community might be passing it out basically, but then out of that 200, only 2 go into practice and 198 go into job basically. So indirectly, even our community, it is now going more towards job orientation. And very well rightly said, basically there's a tremendous job opportunity available to this, because it seems like the chemical warfare has started throughout the world, and with this chemical warfare, basically you don't basically know what types of issues will be coming regarding health. So health sector will be one of the prime sector, basically, according to me. Doctor, I would say in next 10 years, basically the health sector might be the topmost job orientation sector basically of India, because of our population, our literacy level and our standard of living. A lot of issues in health will be coming, and all these technicians will be in great demand. So there's a tremendous job opportunity. And as very rightly explained by Dr. Navalkar, yes, serving to humanity, that should be your passion, basically. So I would say to all these KBOs, basically, if you have the passion for serving to humanity, as such, basically, we have the serving is basically because at KBO Jain Mahajan, I am looking at basically so many of the youngsters, they are coming out for our programs, basically, particularly when we had Berpo and Olympia. All youngsters basically were there into this, and with this, basically, our community has, which was slowly distancing away, now it is trying to come together nearby. And with the personality development courses which we are conducting at Lonavala, tremendous opportunities are available, and students are getting themselves well equipped with this. So, and all the doctors have very well answered the questions of all the participants. And I really thank all the doctors, basically on behalf of KVS Jain Mahajan, as well as all the participants for participating in this webinar, and looking forward for a more relationship between LIHS and KVOC and Mahajan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
And just to inform you, this will be on YouTube uploaded. Link is already with you. Those who have missed the things, they can inform other community members also to watch this session, webinar, and create the awareness. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
We also thank on behalf of LIHS to Kachivisa Oswar Sanak Mahajan. Thank you very much for providing us this platform. Thank you.
Just participants, Dr. Ajay Desai's wife is also a Kachi.
I am a son-in-law of Kachi.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rajan, it's okay, Rajan?